Contestant number 1, Tiffany Wong, let me fail. Let me fail, Tiffany Wong.
Failure. What does that mean to you? Perhaps the best way to define it is to put it in relation to its opposite. Success. Lack of success. Now think about the times when you have failed and how did it make you feel? Were you sad? Upset? Angry? Pretty negative feelings, right? And failure, by its definition, can mean something different to everyone. Some may be small, some may be big, and some may be catastrophic enough to the point where you never want to leave your house again. We are taught as children that failure is a bad thing. That big fat red F on our report cards, rejections, broken relationships. So who in the right mind would ever want to fail? Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, my name is Tiffany Wong, and I am a failure. But I embrace it. Now, to understand my perceived craziness, let me take you through to a journey of how I got here. As a child, my parents' method of raising me was tiger parenting. For those of you who are not familiar, tiger parenting is a term derived by author Amy Chua, and it refers to the extreme strict parenting style that Asian parents instill on their children with the intention of achieving high academic success. As a child, I was pushed to succeed. You study, you study, you study. But if I brought back straight A's, that was not enough for my parents. My father would say to me, "Where's the A pluses?" My admission average to university during my senior year of high school was 98%. 98. But what did he say? Where's the 2%? Oh, disgrace, disgrace. For the first 18 years of my life, I felt like I was a failure. But it wasn't until university where I truly understood what failure meant. Like any typical restrained child, I moved up for school and that was relief. Freedom is mine. For the first time in my life, there was not that constant pressure to achieve. So what did I do? Oh, I rebelled. I had fun. Woo! It was the best 4 months of my life and I felt invincible. Fast forward 4 months later, my first term averaged to be 79%. To put it into perspective, I needed to maintain 75% to stay in my program, and I was at risk of losing my scholarship. Absolute dread, the big dark cloud washed over me, and it felt like someone just dropped a hammer to my head. How was I going to explain to my parents, who lived the quintessential immigrant dream, working day in and day out, trying to afford a better life for their daughters? How do I explain to them, Mom and Dad, I'm sorry. I failed as a daughter. I failed as a student. I failed as a person. That was my first wake-up call, and naturally I wised up and got right back to my books. Another year later, during my internship, I was incredibly blessed to be working at the world's largest accounting firm. I was making my own career money for the first time in my life, and that created a whole new sense of liberation in me. But I didn't learn. I was too focused on networking and shopping, of course, than actually focusing on how to do my job right. So I don't think I need to tell you what happened when my coach sat me down and said, "Tiffany, you are not what we expected." But I have to say what happened next was the most pivotal moment. Yes, my coach did sit me down and explain to me how I did not meet expectations, but she didn't give up on me. She gave me another chance. She said to me, "Tiffany, no one's ever expected to be perfect in their roles, and that you need to fail to succeed." fail to succeed. Huh. I turned over a new page in my life. And from then on, I took on the mentality that I will always try my best, but I know that in order for me to learn, I will need to make mistakes along the way. Had I not almost failed out of university, I would never have made it to my internship. And had I not done terribly at my job and without that candid feedback, I would never have known what not to repeat again. And throughout this trajectory, it is now my mental list of keeping track of all the things that I should be doing because of all the failures and mistakes I have made along the way. I know I have become a better person because my worth is not based on my failures, but what those failures have done for me. I am a work in progress and, quite frankly, forever will be. So next time when you encounter a failure, I challenge you that as much as you want to be defensive and let your guard up, as much as you want to stay at home and cry and be depressed and eat a pint of Ben and Jerry's, face it head on. Ask yourself, is the world going to end because of this one mistake I've made? But what can I do to prevent it from happening again? Because if you mentally say to yourself enough times, let me fail, your natural defense kicks in such that you build up your resolve and determination that when you actually do fall down, it's as easy as getting back up, dusting off your shoulders, and conquering the world again. It's not rocket science, but a mere change in mindset. Because at the end of the day, a failure is a wonderful thing. Try it sometime. Mr. Contest Master.